and I got upgraded from flash to bold, so now I'm actually paying less for more.
Yes, up to double speeds and savings of up to $200 per month just for using your card to pay your bill.
I had this bold package, then I got this platinum card and I paid my bill with that. They have upgraded me to Strike, which is almost double the speed now.
All it takes is a little loyalty. Use your Cable Platinum Loyalty MasterCard to pay 3 consecutive cable bills.
I was upgraded from Flash to the Bolt after paying my bill on time for 3 consecutive months, and I'm now enjoying the free upgrade.
To keep the upgrade, just continue using your Platinum Loyalty Card to pay your cable bills. Pay your bill in-store or online at www.thecable.net. Sign up for the Cable Platinum Loyalty Card today and get more. Terms and conditions apply.
All right. Welcome to the best part of the week, the best day of the week. It's Thursday. It's not Friday. I know we like to say, thank God it's Friday, but Thursday needs love too. Okay? And that's why we're here to give you guys some love, some good news, and things that make you feel good and happy on Thursday. So welcome to Only Good News. And, I wasn't here last week. This time last week, I was, paying my respects to somebody who has made a big impact on my life from a musical perspective, this Enid Quinlan. And it was a beautiful celebration of life that she planned. She planned her whole funeral. She knew what song she wanted to be played. She knew how long they wanted to be done for. She said she only wanted 3 verses for each hymn. She wanted Just a Closer Walk to be played as she was brought in to the church. And I can't remember the name of the song that she wanted when she was playing it. But it was just a beautiful celebration of life. And then, to be around her children and grandchildren. And it was... Being around the Quinlans always reminds me of that concept of, birds of a feather. Our iron sharpens iron. Like, being around every single one of them is so successful in their own regard. I mean, Larry, he was on my show. He's the global CIO of Deloitte. That's a big deal. His daughters, one went to Harvard, the other one went to Yale. Like, there's that intentional move of selecting that cohort of people who can bring out that best in you. It's not by accident. And to see their wives, they all kind of just operate similarly. Like, there's just this dynamic of love, respect, success. And, I said, yeah, this is a thing, So I was around them for 2 days straight, and their children got to meet my daughter, and they just were taken. They just took to her instantly. She took to them, and she had a wonderful time meeting good people. And she always responds that way when she's around good energy. So that was last week, and that's why I did not have any show. But anyway, I'm here. 2 weeks ago, we had Patrice Offray, and she spoke about the book that she wrote about how her husband cheated on her, and she's still with him. It was such an interesting dynamic to see her write about that experience, getting over an affair, and to still be in that relationship, and to have met him after the show and for him to say, good job. I'm like, Mr. Man, you're strong. I just talked about your infidelity and you're telling me good job. But, when you own your truth, there is a lot of power to that, and nobody can say anything about you. Nobody can say anything to you. So more power to her. She's on this binge of interviews now. I think she was on this Nigerian TV station and different. She was on Shameless last night, and yeah, good vibes. Anyway, good news that's coming our way. We would have read and heard about the creative industry getting a little boost from the MSR group. I know it's a bit of a polarizing topic, but people, come on. Anything that's good for St. Kitts is good for all of us, okay? So if they come into St. Kitts to film a movie, let's say yay. If they went to Nevis to film a movie, let's say yay. Stop the polarizing, politicking, and all that kind of stuff. Like, they're coming to shoot a movie here. People who used to work with them in movies, I've seen them, okay? They're coming here to do the same thing. So stop it, okay? It's a good thing. People don't really know how wide the movie industry can span across so many different areas and professions. So if they're shooting a movie, they're going to need people to feed them. They're going to need people to do editing. They're going to need people to do makeup. There's just so many different areas of our economy that can benefit from that. And these people are not going to be just stationed in their rooms. They are going to want to move around and do things. So yeah. Oh my God, my phone is listening to me and giving me messages. Stop it. Anyway, so Elizabeth Hurley, I saw her last week. And now Elizabeth Hurley is, she's going to be the lead actress in the Caribbean Christmas, which is a romantic comedy that will be shot in St. Kitts. And a lot of that's going to be at Belmont Farm on Kittish Hill, produced by Philippe Martinez. And they're starting filming, I think, this week or next week. So very soon you're going to be seeing, and people, if you don't remember Elizabeth Hurley, she was in The Spy Who Shagged Me. That was groovy, baby. You know, Austin Powers, and yeah, in the 90s. That was a big thing. So I saw her, and she looked, she was resplendent. And she was strutting and she was talking and everything, and it was a good experience. So I'm looking forward to seeing places that we see, that we know are familiar in St. Kitts on the big screen. I mean, when I watched No Time to Die last week, and I fell asleep in the movie, by the way, but I watched No Time to Die and I saw places in Jamaica, I was like, yeah, this is going to be soon something we can say in St. Kitts, because I was there, and who knows, I might be featured. I don't know. Maybe that's a little passing when the camera is moving and the music get a whiff of me. All right. Anyway, that's enough. But anyway, good things are happening. Now, also, Below Deck, that was another movie, series or whatever, was filmed here, I think last year and the year before. And it aired this week on Bravo, right? So good things are happening. And also Nigel Lewis, True Capo, he has just landed a 3-picture deal with WINNMedia, along with, I think, a distribution deal for his independent film, A Rose Between Thorns. So a lot of good things are happening. Stop the squabbling. Stop the coveting and stop the dramaing. Just celebrate success, man. Stop it. All right. So what else? Tourism is getting into some form of normalcy. I'm reading that there will be 78 cruise calls to St. Kitts between November and December. 78. I mean, that's good. I mean, that's 78 ships that weren't here last year. Okay? And I know there's this big, again, squabbling about, who's going to get to do touristy stuff and all that kind of stuff. Let's just, at the very least, take it one step at a time and say, okay, they're coming. Okay? And COVID rates are declining. Guys, celebrate that now. And we've complained, and done the whole eyes thing when the rates were going up. Do the dancing emoji thing when they're coming down. Right? Do it. They're coming down in many countries, especially the U.S., and they're coming down. Well, as of now, they're declining, and continue to celebrate that. I'm not here to talk about pro-vax or anti-vax or whatever. I'm just saying celebrate the good things that are happening, that are present in the moment, and when things are not so good, deal with that too. But at the same time, celebrate the good. All right. Now, another story. This story is from Jamaica. No, not the one that you guys want me to talk about. Not that one. Not the one. Not that one. That's not for the show. Not that one with the Kevin Lewis. No, I'm not going to talk about him. I'm talking about this one. The principal of, let me see, my eyes are disturbing me. The principal of White Mile Primary School has started traveling by motorcycle to find his students who are not attending online classes. He recently purchased a motorcycle with the help of sponsors, and he calls it the Ministry Machine. He is set on visiting homes of the students who he refers to as his gifted, excellent masterpieces, gems. Ooh, brilliant. Once he locates them, he then sees how best he can assist them to get logged on. The educator said the focus of this initiative is to prevent any of his students from falling behind in the academics. Brown made his first set of trips recently. All right, another good news story, school setting. 23 students, this took place in the state of Louisiana, were arrested for fighting at Southwood High School. And since then, this was like a couple weeks ago, since then, no more incidents, no more fights, no more toxic energy, because a group of fathers came together to form this group called Dads on Duty. This is 40 dads who are taking shifts, patrolling the school, ensuring the atmosphere is generally positive. And people have stopped fighting, they stopped skipping class. So you imagine this group of buff, burly-looking dads, and might I add, with dad bods. Yeah, they got dad bods. Not this dad. I don't have a dad bod, okay? I'm a dad, but I don't have dad bod. But these guys have dad bods walking around giving you that look. And you know the look. When I give my daughter that look, she seizes her right. She stops whatever she's doing and she falls in line. They have, imagine 40 of these guys giving that look. Right. So, and they also keep things funny by telling dad jokes. And you better laugh. You better laugh. Don't make fun of them. Don't tell them that they're lame because they're trying to make you feel, all right. So anyway, but yeah, they're looking to expand throughout the state of Louisiana and hopefully take on the whole country. Can something like that work in these parts? Left to be seen. All right, another story. This is similar to what I've spoken about several times. If I can get this thing to work now. Right. I've covered many stories about somebody finding a wallet and returning it, but they never get old. This one says, after Chris Person lost his wallet outside a public store, he searched the area multiple times and never found it. It contained his driver's license, his vaccination card, credit cards, and next day, 3 strangers came up to his house. A 15-year-old called Lucas Perry had found the wallet in the parking lot, which had fallen out of his pocket. And, he decided to personally deliver it to the owner. And he was so impressed, and every dollar that was in that wallet was still there. And they refused, the 3 teenagers refused to keep the money that was inside it. They only wanted to do the right thing, and they did. Right? So he tried to give them the money that was in it, and they said no. There's some good people in the world. There's some good people. Oh, another one here. These stories here make you feel like, how come this doesn't happen to me? So this guy, a Canadian man, notices an old lottery ticket in his wallet, and he wins $20 million. So he bought a ticket and he put it in his wallet, and he forgot all about it. And, he remembered to scan his ticket when he went back to the gas station a couple weeks later, and the retailer looked at him and was like, hey, this is the missing ticket. And he said, I saw 2 and a bunch of zeros. And he says, oh my gosh, I won $20,000. And he says, I didn't know what she was talking about. And she scanned it again, and I saw there were a few more zeros than I originally thought. There's 20 and 6 zeros, $20 million. So yeah, man. So good stories. We want to hear good stories from people. These things happen to people here. All right, last one. This is the last one. Yeah, this is the last feel-good story. And I like this one because I don't know if it will work in these parts. Police melt over this 4-year-old's emergency call inviting them to come and see his toys. A 4-year-old in New Zealand dialed the emergency services number by accident. When the police answered his call, he invited them to see his favorite toys. So when they called, the operator says, hi, the boy said on the phone to the police operator. The police said, yes, and his voice says, he says, police lady, he says, can I tell you something? And after some back and forth, the little one says, I got some toys for you. Come over and see them. And they came. There's a picture of the police with the boy in his police hat, given from the police in his mask, on the police car. Can you imagine that boy's life? His day was made for the rest of the year. Anyway, that's it for our top stories, feel good stories, you know. And the cable, our sponsors, I know they're doing what I heard this week, and I'm going to come back with more of their goodness. If you owe the cable for more than a year, they're giving you, I think, 25% off of what you owe them when you come in and pay what you owe. I think that's a good deal. And I think they're also doing like this, no installation fees and all that kind of stuff. And don't forget, if you use your Platinum loyalty card on Fridays to go to the movies, you're a kid. You pay $12. I don't see why you guys are not rushing to get your Platinum loyalty card just to save that extra $5 to $6 on the movies. Wouldn't you like to pay what your children pay to go to the movies, which is $12? Yes. So pay with your Platinum loyalty card, and you get to see a movie for $12. It's a no-brainer, guys. Only on Fridays, though. Anyway, we'll hear some more from our sponsors. You see this whole advertising thing? Yeah, if you guys want to be able to do that, maybe do more stuff like that, you know, sign up to the show, you know. Come and bring your advertising dollars here. I'll make it creative for you. Anyway, we'll be right back, and we will hear from our sponsors of the cable. All right.
More and more cable customers are getting their cable internet package upgraded for free.
I paid 3 months and I got upgraded from Flash to Bold. So now I'm actually paying less for more.
Yes, up to double speeds and savings of up to $200 per month just for using your card to pay your bill.
I had this Bold package, then I got this Platinum card and I paid my bill with that. They have upgraded me to Strike, which is almost double the speed now.
All it takes is a little loyalty. Use your Cable Platinum Loyalty MasterCard to pay 3 consecutive cable bills.
I was upgraded from Flash to the Bolt after paying my bill on time for 3 consecutive months, and I'm now enjoying the free upgrade.
To keep the upgrade, just continue using your Platinum Loyalty Card to pay your cable bills. Pay your bill in-store or online at www.thecable.net. Sign up for the Cable Platinum Loyalty Card today and get more. Terms and conditions apply.
We're back. We're back. The show started before the show started. I hope we can see my guest, my lovely guest in-house. Let me just check the feed. Let me check the feed. Check the feed. All right, well, so we're here. Avanice Thompson. Yes, we can see you. You can't see it because I'm looking at the screen, but we can see you. So, people, do you know how she came on the show? See, a couple months ago, I had this show where I was doing this parody, and I was imitating, you know, world leaders, and it was, for me, one of my most epic shows. You know, I spoke like Donald Trump, I spoke like Joe Biden, I spoke like Kamala Harris, I spoke like
Barack
Obama, I spoke like
Denzel Douglas.
No, I didn't know, that was Sugar Bowl.
Oh, that was Sugar Bowl. Yeah.
You know, we gonna get it back. Sabotage. Right. So yeah, and so she called me and she was just cracking up. She was cracking up, and you know, I said, you know what, I gotta have her on the show. And you know, this week, couple weeks ago, I was like, all right, come on the show. She's like, no, not this week, but 2 weeks from now. And then it turned out that I had your niece that same week, and she was like, wow, do you know that's my... Anyway, so you're here. I'm so happy that you're here because we're gonna bring some good energy. How was your day?
Oh, it was stressful as usual, but you know, we can always do it a good laugh. So thanks for having me tonight.
So, if it was stressful, did you do anything to make it not stressful?
Yeah, I focused on being here.
You hear that, people?
Yeah, I focused on saying, you know, tonight is with Enote. Oh, it must be a laugh. So that's
awesome
fine.
sauce. So, okay, that was your day, but what was the highlight of your week apart from today being here? What was the highlight?
Well, as you know,
today?
I'm in the tourism industry. So the highlight of the week was, of course, the announcement. Not that I didn't know, but just hearing it, the announcement that tourism is finally coming back. You know, that to me makes a big difference because as a company, we've had to sever with a few staff Well, more than a few, close to 40.
Wow.
Yeah, so for me, it's like hearing that, just kind of like, wow, my colleagues are gonna finally get their lives back.
I mean, I don't know if you're in a position to say this, but are some of them coming back or?
Yeah, as many as we could.
Oh, so there's gonna be.
It's just
Wow.
it's gonna be gradual, obviously, because the season is just gonna come back gradually, So it's gonna be We're still waiting for a lot of approvals and all of that, but so we're just excited that things are coming back. And even if it's not for us, I mean, it's for the taxi men on the road, it's for the hair braider, it's just for the economy. How many persons saying US dollars are so scarce now, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
They're scarce.
Yeah, because the economy wasn't,
Wow.
tourism wasn't really,
Wow. So even if you go to the bank, it's hard to get.
You can't get the amount of US dollars that you really want if you go to the bank. And it's not that they don't have any, but they're rationing because the influx of tourists wasn't there. So automatically the tourism dollar, was actually scarce.
Interesting. Didn't see it from
yeah.
that perspective.
Exactly. People don't see these things, right? But when you're in industry, you see all these things. And people just take this for granted. Oh, you can get US when you want. No, you can't.
Wow. Yeah, I'm one of those. Well, I haven't had the need to get US like that, so I would definitely take that for granted.
Yeah.
But let's jump. We're coming back to tourism a little bit, but I want to talk a little bit about what you've said. Your goal is to leave the world better than you met it and make a positive impact on those that you meet.
Yes.
How have you been intentional about that? What are some things that that you have tangibly impacted, like based on what someone or people or organization would have said that, okay, she definitely has done this?
I try to make all my interactions, especially with young people, a teachable moment. Too often we have young persons who they are either just dismissed or not given the support, and every time I interact with them, I try to make it a teachable moment. So when they walk away, there must be something that they learn, whether it is an act of kindness, some sort of information that they have, or just something to whet their appetite and say, think about this, think about it. You just have to make it a teachable moment at all times. So that's what I try to do in every interaction.
So you are so young people relate to you, to your personality then.
Yes, I'm very youthful, if I may say. Yeah, I mean, and even a few years ago, I actually formed a group in church. I called it GEMS, actually. Girls.
Okay.
It was specifically for girls. And I said, girls, educating, motivating, and it was socializing, because I taught them those different skills.
Really?
Yeah, it was so much fun. They've all grown now. Some of them are working, but they still cling to me. They still call me. We still get in touch every now and then. They still look up to me, because what I did is actually used every Saturday afternoons, and I taught them life-changing skills. So whether we will cook on an afternoon.
Wow!
I'll take them shopping on the other afternoon.
What?
Taught them etiquette. We taught them sewing. Taught them about virtues. Got live speakers to come in. Taught them about health. We did so many topics. And then at Christmas, I'd have a little party for them, buy gifts for them. Because, trust me, we take things for granted. But there's some persons who don't even get a gift for Christmas. And I thought, even if it was one gift they got, it must have been from me. And I really enjoyed it. My schedule now doesn't allow me to do it. But it was one of the things that I thoroughly enjoyed doing it. It was a lot. It was pressure. But when you look at the impact, I had on those children, I said, I'm
wow,
just so happy.
I love that. I wish that I could have been a fly on the wall to see that. But you've touched on something that we take a lot for granted. That is being intentional about putting these youth in a position so that they don't have to deal with adversity. They don't have to deal with things that are negative towards them, or them being a negative influence later on. So you cannot quantify that amount of value with the etiquette, the socializing, those life skills that are going to stick with them for life. Not only that, but the situations that they've averted.
Exactly. And you have to teach them to be good citizens. That was the goal, teach them to be good citizens. So I also taught them how to be charitable. So they had to forfeit a portion of their lunch or allowance money for 1 week, and use that money on whatever they gave me on that week. I matched it personally, and we went to the groceries, we bought some groceries, and we took it to the children's home. And they spent I think it was about maybe 2 hours or 3 hours with the children, just interacting and just realizing that, listen, you might be having a good life. And it's not saying that these children at the children home, they're not having a good life, but they're having a different life.
Yeah.
So don't take things for granted. And then after that, they had to go in their closet and take out something that they really like, but they don't use anymore. Just take it, bring it. It has to be in a good condition, obviously.
Yeah.
And let's take it, and we donated it to the children's home. So I taught them the gift of giving, and I still see my girls. I still hug them. I still give them a little kiss. When you see them, if they're running into any problems, sometimes they call me and say, Avanice, this is the situation, you could please help me out here. What do you think I should do? What do you think I should do? So it's a bond that I've kept with them. And it was just really amazing. And to me, that's something that I'll take with me all along, because I benefited from it as well. It was only for them, not only for them.
I think we need more little packets of that going on now.
We need a lot for the boys.
I was about to say that. Packets, little pockets of that, as opposed to the institutionalization of life skills, where you have an entire cohort, like I guess the Cub Scouts or what. I think what you did made it even that much more personal.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you can reach them right where they are.
Yeah.
Food for thought.
Yeah. So you can start one.
I could start one.
I'll help you.
As soon as my time permits. I think if I wasn't a dad, that has always been my thing. Like, if I wasn't a dad, what would I be doing?
Yeah, I know. But sometimes you have to make that sacrifice, and that is what makes it even more meaningful.
Correct.
Because I had a busy schedule at that time as well. But I thought, you know what? If I make the sacrifice, it's making it even more valuable, right? So I gave up my Saturdays, and I had a lot of things doing, but no, I can't turn down. I made a commitment to these girls. And I did it for a few years until my job changed, and then I had to travel a lot, and then it became a little disruptive. And then as the girls got 18, 19, then they got out into work world and everything. But I know some of them can bake because I taught them. I know some of them can cook. They can make some lovely smoothies because I taught them. So that's good.
Sweet.
I had so much, as you can see, I'm still reminiscing, I had so much fun doing it.
Okay. So you're living up to what your goal says, and I'm happy to hear that. But do you know a fact about you that you didn't know about you is that, I'm about to drop a fact for you.
Okay.
From the time you were born, you were an aunt. Do you know this?
No, that's not true.
It's very true.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Because they said you have a niece.
I have a niece. Bam. Do you know I went to college, and one of my friends in class, that's what she called me, I have a niece. And when she's upset with me for what she said, I have a nephew. So that's okay. You're right.
Yep,
Yeah.
you have a niece from the time you were born.
Yes, I have a niece. Yes, I did.
Good. I didn't want to drop that in. But hey, people, this is a different show. Believe it or not, me and Avanice have not spoken extensively. So we're kind of going to get to know each other live on here, live and direct. So let's cover your humble beginnings, your maiden name. Jeffers.
Jeffers.
I know a bunch of Jeffers. Which one?
Yeah. I don't know which one either. But a whole bunch of, I guess we're all related. According to my mother, well, my grandparents came from Nevis.
Okay.
And so my grandmother and some of her siblings, who are all Jeffers, came down, and some settled in Newton Ground, some settled in Keon, and some settled in the Sandy Point area. So I know there are some Jeffers from there. I believe they're my relatives.
Yeah, I think all the Jeffers.
I believe they are. I just won't, well, I'm married now, but I just said I won't marry a Jeffers.
Right, just to be sure.
Just to be sure.
Interesting.
Just to be sure.
Now, your temperament as a child, was it this outgoing?
Yes, always.
Always? So that means you were naughty.
No, naughty, no.
Construed as naughty.
I was strong. And what helped is that I was the youngest of my siblings. I have one sister, and she was like a tomboy anyway. So it was like a bunch of boys and this little girl. So I was strong, and they always made sure that I was strong and got the support that I needed.
So what's that thing from your childhood that gives you that sense of nostalgia?
Growing up with an extended family, it was just so much fun because I had cousins living with us. We grew up with a single parent, my mother, a strong woman as well. But I could just remember as a child growing up, my brothers would come home and they would just throw me up to the roof because I was the little one.
They threw you up to the roof?
Yes. And they would always catch me, and they would take me out to the sea. I grew up in the Macknight area, Malone Avenue to be exact. So they would go down to the bay and take me down there and take me out and say, go out until you can see the church tower, the Anglican church tower. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So I've gotten brave because of those interactions. I could remember Hurricane David. And I don't know if you call riding breakers. I don't know if you know what that is. But anyway, you take a piece of board and you literally have it, like it's square with like a point at the top. And when the big waves are coming, you actually ride the waves with it.
Do you like the rough seas?
I do.
I love it. I don't want to go to the beach when the seas come.
I love it. Yeah.
It's like a real life roller coaster.
Yeah. So one morning, Hurricane David was on its way, and I thought it was wise of me to join my brothers with Hurricane David on its way, and they're riding breakers, and I ran out of the house.
And what did Mom say?
What did Mom say? She didn't even have to say, because I'm telling you, I was whooped like nothing have ever been whooped before.
Wood.
I know, because one of the waves, I didn't see it coming, and it just turned me over, and sand was in my hair for, I swear, weeks, because it was just, I was really scared, to be real honest. She was... Yeah.
Well, you had fun.
After the licks, yeah.
Licks must heal. That's what they say.
Yeah. But I always remember that.
So, which schools did you attend?
The academy.
Wow.
You're too young to know that.
There's
So I
an
started
academy?
with the academy, then I went to convent in the Bastia Senior High. Hey, Bastia Senior High School, class of 1989, the best class ever.
You were the class bulb?
No.
Okay. Neither was I.
No.
Class jester?
To an extent.
Okay. Now we're talking.
Yes. I actually had a class in academy school where there were only 5 of us in that class. There were 4 boys. No, there were 3 boys and 2 girls. There were 5 of us in that class.
Teacher to student ratio. Good. You learned a lot then.
I did.
And
I
you-
did. And we had so much fun.
What were your favorite types of topics that you liked in school? The ones that you're really good at?
Topics, or you mean subjects?
Subjects, yeah. Call them subjects.
Business. I always liked the business subjects. Principles of business. I kind of liked accounts in school. I liked maths. I don't like accounts now, but yeah, business was always my, yeah.
And then you got drawn to hospitality. Like, who does that in the 90s? Like, seriously.
Yeah, but no, at the age of 8, I made a decision I wanted to be in tourism.
Oh,
Yeah, so this was what I wanted to do.
manifest destiny. You wanted to be in tourism from the
Age of
my-
8.
But back then, age of 8, no one was talking tourism like that. Like, well,
That's the point. I saw the potential even at that time. I really saw it. But part of it came from, at the time I just loved my country. And I just thought, that was one way of being able to sell my country and share what my country had. So even at that time, because I could remember the discussions I had with the deceased now, she's deceased, Lorna Edwards, the late Lorna Edwards. She came to the school that I was attending at Academy School for Tourism Week, and she made a speech. And I was like, that's what I want to do. And she spoke about tourism. And at that point in time, I just followed that path all the way. So I've worked in airline, I've worked in both the administrative part of tourism, I've worked in the tour operation part of it, I've worked in the hotel, so I've worked in the marketing part of it. So tourism is my life, my passion, and it runs through my veins.
so let's talk a little about that. So you as a director of marketing for the tourism authority here, what was that experience like? Was it lots of fun? Did you get to travel a lot? Or?
Yeah, I traveled quite a bit. Yeah, it was fun. But for me, I didn't see it as a job. I saw it as more as a responsibility, simply because, as I said, I always knew I wanted to be in tourism. So here was an opportunity for me to promote my island, promote it to the different, at the different trade shows, right, throughout, from England, Canada, wherever the trade show was, throughout the U.S. mainly, because that's the number one source market for us. So it was really good. We had to travel a lot. But
Take me behind the scenes planning for a trade show. Is that really hectic?
Not really, because if you know what you're doing, not really, it isn't. And the different trade shows, you have those that are specifically targeting like the weddings, right? So definitely the paraphernalia that you have to take, it's going to be targeting that group, But because it's an institution that does marketing, Tourism Authority, then of course they'll have all the support. They'll have the paraphernalia, the backdrops, all that is in place already. You just have to decide what you're going to take, when, have it ship ahead if necessary, and move on. But it was a good experience for me.
So, from a tourism perspective, like what's looking positive here in St. Kitts in the near future?
St. Kitts has a lot of potential. I think sometimes we miss the boat. Sadly, I think sometimes we miss the boat. I'm not sure if it's because we don't see it coming or because we choose not to see it. But I think we know the cruise is coming back, and that's going to open a lot of different avenues for those who haven't earned a while. And it's going to be, I say, it's going to be at least another year to 2 years before we actually get back where we were, at least, pre-COVID. But I think St. Kitts is making its name out there, not only through the MSR media, but I think generally the marketing efforts are now paying off. So I believe we're going to see an influx of visitors coming. People are just really anxious to travel. Our COVID protocols have been tighter than most.
They're loosening up now.
Yeah, so they're loosening up now. And the minute that 24-hour quarantine restriction was announced, immediately I started getting emails.
Wow.
Yeah. Hotels started getting some bookings. So there are persons out there who are anxious to come to our destination. So I believe, but again, we all have to be very careful because we don't want to ruin what we have as a country. So we have to make sure that our growth is strategic
And organic.
Exactly.
You're talking about missing the boat. Let me tell you something that we've missed. And I can't believe that we haven't, I don't know why. Look at the sugar factory.
God, please, can we not talk about
I'm going to talk about it. We've missed. Let me tell you what. If I had the money, which I'm going to in a few years when I'm billionaire.
Speak it, right? speak it.
But I would like to turn that into an entire virtual experience.
Exactly.
You walk around with your little
Headsets.
and as you walk around, it's giving you an experience of what was taking place in that
In that
area,
specific
in that
area.
spot. You know, there will be a mini trip around St. Kitts on a little train for children. There will be a small mini refinery to make the sugar,
Yeah, with a boiler, everything, and you can
everything,
see the product.
all of that,
Yeah.
and then you can
Sample.
drink sugarcane juice, your sugar, your rum, brown sugar, infused cakes, cookies, everything there, like a small food court with a small little movie basement theater, like
Okay,
the technology.
Bam, come back down to earth now.
Technology and culture married. Technology and culture. Right now, technology and culture, they're like they're living my life. Me, you understand?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
I'm not getting any play, you know?
Yeah.
So technology and culture is the same. They're not just,
Yeah.
they need to get together, man. Just take them on a date.
Yeah, but guess what? I
What?
keep saying you have the vision, but we need to have persons who are making decisions that have the same vision that we have.
But come on, Avanis. These people are smart and they mean well and they want well for the country. So what's really stopping them? I'm just wondering, like, if you want what's best, like that sugar factory should not be in its current state.
It shouldn't.
Through the myriad of governments we've had,
Yeah. Yeah.
it should not be
It
in
should
that
not
state.
be. I mean,
Period.
from the minute we decided that we're going to close the industry, it should have been a transition right over.
Right.
Protect the assets
Yeah.
that were there.
Yeah.
You could tell me where they are. Some people say that they're in Taiwan, they're in different places. I don't know, but I'm just saying there's several pieces. My father used to work at the sugar factory, and I had the opportunity, and I can remember it as well, to do a tour of the actual factory and see the actual process being
Yes.
done. I recall I was there, it was 11 o'clock that morning when the horn, because the horn used to blow at 5 to 11, and then again at 11 o'clock. And I was there when they were actually pulling the horn for the 11 o'clock, and I remember the gentleman lifting me to reach and say, yeah, help me pull it. And we pull that, you'll hear the horn. You know what I'm saying? So I understand exactly what you're saying.
It's not, money is not the problem, you know.
That's the
That,
point.
it can't be that.
It's not about
because
money.
we've
We
done,
have money, and
we've done so much
many
right.
things with money. So I don't think money. I keep telling you, it has to be two things. That's how I believe. It's the will
Listen,
and the vision.
If I was in, I was like, yo, you want to be a citizen by investment, whatever? Okay, part of it is we want this. Okay, this is a CBI project here. The sugar factory is the premier.
Yeah, this is what we want to have happen, but
It's a big part.
it is a big part. It is a big part, but I don't know. I know. Let's cry. No, it's good news. Let's not cry.
We're not gonna cry. We're just writing people listening ears. Maybe we've planted a seed, or maybe it's falling on deaf ears. But I'm gonna keep talking about it because I'm like, I want to see that happen.
Yeah, I know we should, but again, I don't know. I don't know what's there now. I don't know if they have any of the assets is still there. I know you have the old tin fence, you know, the old roof, the old galvanized. You have all of those there, but I'm not sure if there's anything else in there that they can actually salvage to create a sort of museum sort of atmosphere. But maybe you should take a walk up there one day and see what's in there.
I will.
Yeah.
I will. Is that
Yeah.
allowed?
What's the worst can happen?
They tell me leave.
Exactly. Just do it.
Sweet.
Exactly. Just make sure you see everything you want to see before you leave.
All right. So, you know, I'm glad we spoke about that. We're going to transition into something that I know that we all know that you love, and that's cricket. Yeah, you were the Patriots' biggest fan, man.
Well, I'm not sure if the biggest one, but I'm sure.
Yeah, you were, but there was a particular someone you were trolling a lot this year, man. What was up with you and Petra, man?
That's my buddy, man. That's my buddy. I mean, years. Because remember, she started supporting St. Lucia.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have a team. We had Antigua Hawks. And after we got a team, then she just decided she'll remain with her team. And I spotted her one day I was like, you're in a St. Lucia shirt? You're wearing the wrong shirt? That's like years ago. She's like, no, I'm not. I'm like, what? Really? Well, we're just having fun. We're just having fun because the truth is I don't support West Indies anyway. So.
Oh, well, right now I don't think anybody will about that.
So it doesn't mean that because she's from St. Kitts or you're from St. Kitts you have to support the Patriots, right? We're just having fun. But it was really good. I mean, I'm still relishing in the win.
Let me tell you what was happening that day. For me, I was at work, working, and I was looking, because I didn't grow up here. I don't really understand cricket that well. But then I was looking at my phone, and I was like, 159 and 1, and I'm like, wait, you're telling me that if it's coming down to this last.
I know. My emotions are all over the place. 1 minute I needed. Oh, do you have any Baram? Do you have
You're there live, right?
Of course.
Oh my gosh. I was looking at my phone, refresh. And then I was trying to listen to it. And then the feed went dead. I was like, what happened? And then like 5 minutes later, I'm hearing the commentator say, this is a wonderful win. I was like, who won? And we can see the fans are happy, like, who won?
Yeah, exactly.
And then some of the players, I was like, yes, they got it. I was so happy. I was like, yes.
I know.
It was a good jolt.
It was,
we needed something good that week. And with everything that was going on, all the politicization of CPL and everything, I was like, okay, you know what?
I wasn't distracted at all. I just knew that we had to win this. We had to win it. We had to win it because it was close to my birthday. We had to win it because we were in St. Kitts. We had to win it because it's been too many years without winning it.
What was the atmosphere in the park?
It was good, actually. It was really, really good, and I felt safe. Persons were concerned about that, but I think the patrons who went were very responsible for the most part. Of course, you have, but for the most part. So I felt really safe. People were conscious of the need to wear their masks. And for those of us that were outside and not close to anyone, I was just sitting by myself. I took off my mask because I just wanted to have fun. But, the minute someone got close enough to me, then I wore the mask. But I think the atmosphere was really good. There were some nights when the park was much fuller than I thought it would have been, but it was really good. I mean, it was just,
Every year I
exciting.
say next year I'm going, and then I'm like, this is the 1 year.
I went to every game that patrons were allowed to go.
Wow.
Everyone. It was going to be here, so why don't you take advantage of it? So it was good. So thank you, CPL, for that opportunity. I'll remember it forever.
So, you're familiar with a particular Donald.
Donald
Trump, DT,
DT.
DT in the house. Being this jovial person, it must take someone equally fun to make this union work. How much did your quirkiness influence the strength of your bond with the Donald?
I believe it did. Believe it or not, he can be just as quirky as I am. Just wouldn't see it, in public. But
I sensed it when I had one conversation with him. I was like, okay, you were light-footed.
You say I trained him well.
Right. I said, okay, all right. He's just not
No.
He looks like he would be serious and everything.
Yeah, but
and I was like, I could have a conversation with you.
Of course. He wouldn't be with me if that was
right. That's what I'm saying. Like you guys. So that quirkiness.
Trust me. Yeah.
He does he laugh at your jokes?
Yeah, he laughs with me.
He laughs with you. See, people, all of you. Oh my gosh, there are people who think that I'm not funny. I'm saying to them, like, just give me a chance.
Yeah, it's okay.
You just give me a ha.
Exactly.
Starts with a ha.
Exactly. That's what
and then you just come with 2 more ha's and he say ha ha.
Yeah,
but that's good. I love to hear that. Does he tell jokes too?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, he doesn't make them up as I would. But yeah. But yeah.
Well, we're gonna go into a little segment now. It's called the dad jokes. And you have some jokes, and I have some jokes, and we're gonna see just how horrible it can be at telling dad jokes and see what they. I have some of mine that I've invented. So the first one I would say is first dad joke. Okay, so what do cannibals like to eat when they go to like a function?
People.
Finger food.
Oh my goodness.
Another one I say is what do you call a dog that barks in a low voice, like a very low bark?
Little bark.
It's called a subwoofer.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
All right,
goodness.
one more original joke. Tupac and Biggie
Uh-huh.
had a diet that was very high in protein. Do you know why?
No.
Because they always had beef. Okay, last one.
Oh my goodness.
Fish in the sea are so happy. You know why? Because they got a lot of seaweed.
So you saying that once you have weed, you're happy?
That's what I'm hearing.
That's what you're hearing.
That's
huh?
what they tell me. I've never had
okay.
one before.
Okay. All right. Well, so you just take the word for it.
Take
okay.
the word for it. All right, your turn.
All right. Let me see. What do you call a factory that makes okay products?
I don't know.
I would try.
A fact.
A factory that makes okay products.
Olfactory.
Good try. Satisfactory.
Oh! Good one. All right, next one. Go ahead.
I only know 25 letters of the alphabet.
Okay.
I only know 25. But how many letters are in the alphabet?
How many letters are in the alphabet? A-L-P-H-A-B-E-T. 8.
Oh, great.
8 letters.
8 letters in the word alphabet. But how many letters?
9, 10, 11.
Okay. All right.
Did I get it?
No, you didn't.
What is it?
No, it's 26 letters in the alphabet.
I knew that.
Okay, great. But I only know 25.
Oh my gosh. It's bad.
Yeah, I know. I don't know
It's
why.
very bad. Next.
I don't know why.
I don't. Boom, boosh.
Yep.
Okay, good one.
What did the janitor say when he jumped out of the closet?
I came out the closet.
Oh, no. How about I got water?
I got water.
No?
No.
Oh, okay. Supplies!
Okay, my turn. Singing in the shower is fun until you got soap in your mouth, and then it's a soap opera.
Oh! Cool.
Oh my gosh. Hold on. I thought the dryer was shrinking my clothes. Turn out it was the refrigerator all along. I don't understand that one. All right, here on. So, Dad, can you put on my shoes? Dad, can you put my shoes on? And Dad says, no, I don't think they'll fit me. That's bad.
No.
That's bad.
I don't
All
like that one.
Next one. You're up next.
Listen, this is not an original joke, but it's an actual situation that happened.
Go ahead.
A friend of mine bought a cell phone for her grandmother. She left the cell phone at home and went to work. So she says to the grandma, Mom, if you need anything, just call me. The phone is right there. It's plugged in. By the time she got home, most of us go home for lunch. She got home for lunch. And she goes like, I almost call her name. So the grandma goes and says, Sally, come for this phone. The phone keep charging me. She's like, what you mean? She said, I show all the money done off the phone. The phone was plugged in and it had charging coming up. So the grandmother said, the phone keep charging her all along.
I love it.
Oh my god. Every time I think about it, I have to laugh. So you just have to be careful with who you buy cell phones for. And if you're buying it for someone who's senior, kindly, spend the time to explain to them.
But what about biphones? You've talking about cell phones. What about biphones?
Buy phones. Okay.
Buy and sell. Have you ever? It's like when you say you're going to Dubai and you're going to sell.
You're going to sell. Okay.
You're going to buy and sell.
Buy and sell.
All right. Okay. Here's another one. Here's another one. Here's another one. This is all right. Why didn't the skeleton climb the? No. You know what? Why didn't the skeleton climb the mountain? It didn't have the guts.
It didn't have the guts.
All right. You next.
How does the moon cut his hair?
Girl, I don't know.
It clips it.
Ah! You know, here's a real life one for you. This is based on your experience.
Yes.
And this is, do you know that the day your daughter was born, rumor has it, that's the only time you went into labor.
Yeah, for real. Because I've never been into labor. Listen, it's funny, it's funny you say that, boy. Anyway.
Yep.
But I tried once. I tried once.
Yeah, she went into labor. I was like, she's going into labor. We're not a thing, sir. Not she.
No, I was in pain. I said, no wonder they call this pain so bad. Because they're so bad, they call them labor pains.
Right. I love it. Your niece
I actually
here.
said that, eh?
Your niece is here killing herself.
After a stressful day, it's good to laugh.
Yes, it's good to laugh. Good to laugh. My gosh. So we're pretty much 3 more minutes and then we're done. This came so quick. But I want to know, your relationship with your daughter and how you were able to positively navigate through the challenges that COVID posed for us as parents.
Yeah, it has actually, I think, brought us a little closer because we spent a lot more time at home during lockdowns, and the fact that school was at home. I worked from home a lot more. So the days when I'll have longer days at the office, COVID gave us the opportunity to do that. And then, because I had a job that I would travel every month, sometimes twice a month.
She got to see mommy more often.
Yes, I haven't been away. Well, I traveled last 2 weeks ago for the first since 2020, January. So, yeah, that's what it is.
That's good. All right.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, I can relate to that. My daughter, we definitely did a lot more stuff together. But the only thing I didn't like about that was that her people skills started to just kind of go away during that time period.
Oh, no, I made sure that my daughter's friends would come over.
Yeah, we didn't have that.
Yeah.
But when school opened back up, she did not skip a beat.
Yeah.
So good one. Avanice, it's been great having you here. And, we just have the rapid fire session, which is 10 quick questions, and you just answer them, and then we'll be good to go. All right, number 1, a movie I would never get tired of watching over and over again is
Home Alone.
Home Alone. Yeah, good one. Most memorable vacation trip for me was to this country.
Can't think about it.
All right.
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
Yeah, Las Vegas.
What's happening in Vegas stays in Vegas. All right, next one. First thing that comes to mind when I hear mangoes are in season, especially Nevis mangoes.
My belly full. Oh, wow. Oh, I'm salivating now just recalling mangoes.
Just know mango season comes with hurricane season.
That's okay. I'll still eat mangoes because the wind will blow the mangoes off the tree, and I'll be happy.
Number 4, my superpower as a woman is
being able to influence men.
And
I'm just talking about generally.
Not just the Donald.
No, just him.
Okay. Good power. Good power. All right, number 5. I can seriously throw it down when I cook this meal.
Fish.
Fish. One thing that motherhood surprised me about was
the amount of patience you need.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
Number 7, the best part about being married to the Donald
is seeing him eat my food when I cook it.
I love it. Number 8, if I had the ability to know the absolute truth to any question, this would be what I would ask.
When will I die?
Ooh, I don't want to know that. All right, number 9. For me, a good conversation always needs to have this.
Common sense.
Common sense.
Yeah, I hate to talk to people and just talking foolishness. And trust me, there are some conversations that are like that. I'm not talking about being funny. I'm talking about downright foolishness.
Right. All right. Your niece actually says, ask her what name she always said when she'll make her first child. I don't know what this is about. So go ahead, answer that question.
Crystal Sparkle Starlet.
All right, Jawale. There you have it. All right, and number 10. This is a question I ask everybody when they're leaving the show. Best part about being on the show is
Having a big laugh after a stressful day.
there you have it, people. Only good news.
Good
on
news.
Win FM, Win Media SCAN, on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, radio waves, 98.9, everything in whatever. It's been wonderful. I love the energy. I feel great. I feel better than I felt when I was coming in here. And hopefully it keeps going on for the rest of the week.
Yep. Thanks again for
All
having
right.
me, and to everyone out there, just always remember to be kind to each other. Just be kind.
That's my last thing I always say, but you said it.
Oh my
Be
God.
kind and spread love, but I'm
Spread
happy.
love, share love.
You know, just shouting out people on the live, Jawale, Byron Peterson, who says that you're good, and person says you love this show. And yeah, so we had people who were very happy about what we're doing. So thank
great.
you.
Thank you.
We'll be back here next for more good news. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
More and more cable customers are getting their cable internet package upgraded for free.
I paid 3 months and I got upgraded from Flash to Bold. So now I'm actually paying less for more.
Yes, up to double speeds and savings of up to $200.